You can come. Let all see you, sir.
Who all have not had lunch yet? Because they are my audience. Everyone else will sleep. Okay, I'm generally a very loud person. I don't know if this mic will help or create problem. How much time do I have, Dr. Hari?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Okay, fantastic. Then 3 minutes. Okay, hi everyone. So I lead provider network for MediAssist. Just a little bit about the company. MediAssist is a third-party administrator, TPA, and I will use this opportunity to help people understand the difference between a TPA and insurance company. Insurance company takes the money, TPA gives the money. Okay, so our job is to process the claim and tell the insurance company, kindly make the payment to the hospitals, right?
I just have to correct. The money is given by the insurance company, not by the people.
It was in the lighter vein. It is not accurate, but it's in lighter vein. But yeah, we are given the opportunity to decide how much to pay to a hospital. So we are India's largest in the field of third-party administration. We manage almost 20% of health insurance payouts in the country. Every fifth claim in the country is processed by health insurance claim is processed by MediAssist. We, in terms of amounts, that tunes to about 14,000 crores last year that we paid. We have already acquired 3 other TPAs, so we are basically having a lot of appetite to buy out our competition, and that is leading to a lot of inorganic growth for the company. The recent one that we acquired is Raksha TPA, which is almost 1/10 our size. We work with practically all insurance companies, barring 1 or 2 in the private space. In the group insurance segment, right, employer-employee, where corporate employees have got insurance. Every second corporate employee in the country, if they have got insurance, they will be carrying a MediAssist card. So that's about the size of it. I'm not using the size as a method to boast about the company, but I'm using the size in a method to explain to you how we see healthcare. And when we say this thing, we're talking about almost 14,000 crore, how we think that this should be spent in the country and the future of healthcare. One more line about myself so that you understand the context of what I will speak. I'm a hospital guy. Okay, I started my career as an administrator at Manipal Hospital. Then I worked in infertility with Dr. Kamne Rao at Mill Fertility. For some time, I worked with the company called as Practo Technologies, heading the South India business for them. So hospital industry is not new to me. My journey in insurance started slightly later when I built a company which helped patients file their reimbursement claims. Last year, we were acquired by MediAssist. So that's how my journey started with MediAssist. Because I understand hospitals better, or my boss thought I know it better than the rest of the team, I was given this task of managing network for the company. Very quickly, not taking much time, there are 4 things I wanted to speak today. And I would have preferred a much larger room full of much larger audience from healthcare. So I will depend on you people to carry this message, these 4 points. Please make note of those 4 points and carry to your colleagues in the industry. The first one is I wanted to share some information, some data. So about 5 years back, health insurance industry in terms of premiums used to be a $5 billion industry. 35,000 crores roughly used to be the premium that people in this country paid to insurance companies to pay to hospitals. Today that number has doubled. It is touching about 70,000 crores. In the same time period, hospitalization industry in terms of revenues grew from about $100 billion to 120. Insurance share of your revenues has grown from 5% to 8% over this time period. And as some of you will realize that this trend is only going to grow, right? Because COVID has been the biggest advertisement of insurance. People realize that you don't have so much of money. And the kind of initiatives that all of us in the room are taking, we are trying to make insurance simpler and more people to trust and pay premiums annually to consume healthcare over a period of time. So I think as businesses, you need to be ready for more and more credit. part of your income. Right? Today, patients walk in, they give you cash, your cash flows are of a very different nature. And there are hospitals all in major cities where insurance or credit sales are contributing to as high as 80, 90%. And some of you who on the business side would know that this is a trend which is only going to strengthen in the coming days. So think from that perspective when you think about your practices and your businesses. The second important point I wanted to leave with you people is that I am not a patient. As a payer in the market, I'm not a patient. I am a bulk buyer of healthcare services, right? That's why I negotiate, I contract. And what that means is we want healthcare to become cost effective. We want hospitals to think and partner with insurance companies or people like us when you're thinking about we want to expand. And today, when I go and meet various hospitals, I realize that this hospital industry right now is in a capex cycle. More and more hospitals are expanding. They're building new hospitals. They're acquiring more hospitals. There is a massive capex cycle. However, remember that in the coming years, it is payers like us who are going to be paying your revenues. And therefore, there has to be a conversation when infrastructure is being planned. Because payers don't pay for fancy stuff. Payers only like to pay for treatment, right? We want to pay for the cure, but not the fanciness of that facility. So maybe I am talking slightly earlier in the time. Maybe this statement will be a lot more relevant 5 years from now, but by that time ship would have sailed because you would have built your infrastructures that way. You have to think about all of those things today, that if insurance is 8% and one day it becomes 15% and a majority of your revenues are coming as a credit, and I am your buyer and who's not really about thinking about the fanciness of your infrastructure, does it make sense to put money there? Or rather think about healthcare cost differently. The third, and it is something which is very interesting, I also learned in last year. For every patient in your hospital who has insurance, okay, they pay you, right? You get 12 extra customers who pay you. Okay, hear this thing. Every person who takes a paid service at your hospital and who has insurance, there are other 12 who paid you but did not take service at your hospital. Now you'll wonder why I'm saying that. That's because the incidence rate in the health insurance portfolio for hospitalization is 8%, right? 92 people who pay premium every year, okay, are not making any healthcare spend. They're just paying their premium. But the entirety of that premium is funding the care of the people, those 8 people out of 100 who take admission or surgery at your hospital. We never think about those 12 extra customers who paid us, right? Now, what do they want? Some of you have insurance also, right? And a regular quib in the last couple of years with patients have been, or with the customers, health insurance customers have been, my premiums are growing very fast. I am paying every year 20%, 30% extra. Now remember that health insurance industry is an extension of you, okay? We are a service provider to you. What do? We manage that pool. Your future patients are paying money to us. We are managing their pool for you. We are your extension. We are your marketing department in that sense, who's collecting money on your behalf. Now, the help that I need from you is think about those 12 people for every single insurance admission that you do. What they want? They want some clarity on how much premium they have to pay every single year. We're not thinking about that as an industry. We simply think that my cost, I pass on. As an industry, we need to arrive at ideas, and AIOC has to be a very good platform for ophthalmologists, for example, to think about it. Am I building practice for those 92 people who are paying me? And the only way they want to pay me is if I give them certainty on their annual cost. The kind of people we hire, the teams that we build, some conversation has to happen to think about those 92 people. Otherwise, our growth is not on solid ground. The last part that I wanted to discuss was from ADSC's perspective. There are two key areas of interest for us. One is we're expanding cashless in the country because we strongly believe that more people, more patients who are able to experience cashless. That means at the time of adversity, when they have to fund their treatment, somehow magically the money will appear and they will not need to touch their wallet. So for us, cashless is the way to grow. The higher the cashless in this country, the more and more people will think about buying insurance because it is a great scheme, and we believe that it is going to benefit healthcare industry because it will expand the market. Today, a lot of patients do not think about coming to a hospital because they think, where will the money come from? I don't have the money. But somehow, magically, if insurance makes that money available, more and more people will come and spend at healthcare facilities. It will become a lot more accessible and available to people. For that to happen, as I said, we are expanding cashless. I invite you and your friends who are looking to get impaneled with MediAssist. Please reach out to our teams in your regions, or you could go to our website. There's a nice form. You fill it up, and my teams are going to contact you. In the last 1 year, we've added 4,000 hospitals to our network. I'm proud to say that in our network, almost 70% of claims are cashless and only 30% are reimbursement. We have some of the best cashless utilization rates in the country. Another thing that we're doing is, and a lot of people will say, Anuj, what is the benefit of cashless? Patient have to wait for 6-8 hours to get discharged. They are coming, they're shouting at our staff. Cashless discharge experience is bad. So one of the things that we have done there is we have brought in a technology platform. It's called as Medvantage. It is a AI/ML based platform. It does predictions. Using that predictive platform, we have built a product called as Instant Cashless Discharge. We're the first one in the country which is able to discharge a cashless patient at 0 wait time. You heard it right. The time for a patient to exit for their insurance approval is 0. Yes, simply you give them the discharge summary and they're out. You know exactly how much to collect from the patient. Okay, this is a pilot technology we were testing. Last month we did about 2,000 patients discharges via this method. This year our target is that we will take it to about 50,000 discharges a month on this method. Again, I invite healthcare industry to participate in this experimentation. We need more and more hospitals to participate. If you know Dr. Hari, he has my contact. Otherwise, if you're interested, you can take down my number, reach out to me, or you can tell your teams to reach out to me. My number is 9036. I had network at MediAssist. So if you reach me, I will reach out to my closest person who can actually visit you at your hospitals. My number is 9036 00 3110. My name is Anuj. Anuj Jindal, Jindal. I'm based in Bangalore. I have teams in 9 cities. But of course, we have 47 offices. We have teams across the country as well. Okay, thanks for your time. I'm done. Any questions for me? I'm happy to answer. Please.
Sorry for interrupting. If you start on questions, it is a never-ending saga.
Okay, sorry.
I think we'll open it for questions in the end.
I'm really sorry.